Hello, and thank you so much for dropping by this video. This is going to be a discussion on understanding what illness is and understanding how spiritual healing is possible. And by spiritual healing, what I mean is an energy, a sacred divine energy. Literally, we just take that energy in and it shifts the illness or removes the illness without needing to take any other kind of medicine. So, how is such a thing possible? Well, there's many ways to look at that, and one way I like to look at it is to understand the actual, what we might call the physical universe, or what scientists call the material universe. So here we have a squash. It's a very ripe squash. It's very hard. It's very solid. But actually, it isn't. So the material universe, what we call the material universe, what we call stuff, anything is actually not solid. It appears solid. And I'm going to tie this into spiritual healing in a moment. We're going to go on a little journey. So what stuff is mostly emptiness. I read a statistic once that anything that's solid is actually 99.98% emptiness. Mostly what stuff is, we think of it as solid, but mostly what this thing is mostly emptiness with little teeny tiny grains of sand whirling very fast. We're not able to register that with our eyes, so what we see something solid, but it isn't actually solid. So this is very important to understand in terms of spiritual healing, because what spiritual healing is literally spirit rearranging matter. Now, to the skeptical mind, the material mind, or the human mind, this seems impossible. How can something as effervescent as energy affect something solid? Well, if we understand what solid is, that solid isn't actually solid, that solid is over 99% emptiness, and just literally patterns of sand. And by sand, what I mean is atoms, teeny tiny particles, whirling around in certain configurations. When we look at it that way, we can see that a shift, like let's say something that the atoms are whirling just like this is their pattern. So it's not such a big deal to take this and turn it into this. Because all we're talking about is, as the song goes, dust in the wind. We're talking about atoms. Now, for us as human beings, this is very hard to do. It takes the most advanced science and the most advanced machinery to precisely rearrange the structure of matter. But in spirituality, and this particular approach to spiritual healing, we're calling on the infinite, all-powerful intelligence to rearrange matter. And we don't have to direct it. It's not like we're drawing in the energy and visualizing, at least in this approach to healing, visualizing the atomic structure rearranging. No, we just open ourselves up and receive the energy sent by the divine and let it do the rearranging. Now, this becomes very important when we think about illness. Now, I don't mean think about a particular illness. What I mean is understand what illness is. So the thing is illness is just a configuration of matter. Let's say, for example, cancer. Very common illness, and illness many people feel fear about. What is cancer? Well, Cancer is a form, is matter in a certain configuration. And we've just learned what matter is. Mostly emptiness. Little pieces of sand whirling around in a particular pattern. Not a really fun pattern, not a harmonious pattern. Bruno Groening, who this channel is dedicated to, he would call it disorder, a disorderly, a lack of order, a lack of harmony. So, spiritual healing, according to Bruno Groening, and Bruno's teachings, in my understanding, are the exact same as the teachings of Christ, is nothing more but taking in the energy of order and letting it rearrange. Letting it rearrange matter. Said as Bruno Groening said, bringing order to the body. Now, this isn't something we need to think about too much, but this particular topic can be really helpful for people who are unable to believe that healing is possible. Energy does affect matter very profoundly. All you need to do is think about radioactivity. That's a type of energy, and that has a profound impact. That has a profound impact on biological matter. So that's the opposite. If you want to, if you want to think about what spiritual healing is, so radioactive energy has a very negative impact on matter. It creates a lot of disorder and dis-ease. It's an energy, and that energy rearranges the structure of these whirling pieces of sand into disorder.